Alright guys, first video. Thought I'd do this because, well, I love the game, and with Jingles doing World of Warships, I thought, why the hell not? Perfect timing. World of Warships coming out, well, it is out, it's in closed beta now. There aren't as many ships, well, there's more ships, there aren't all of the ships. For example, if we go to Tech Tree, we do also have American and Japanese, but we have the British Kriegsmarine and the Russian Navy. Clemson class, you have that. Actually, I'm not sure. Some are gearing. You have the Omaha class, but there's no St. Louis at the moment. There are dreadnoughts like the Indiana and Florida, though. Well, Florida's not a dreadnought. Battleship, though. This doesn't quite work like World of Warships or World of Tanks. Instead, for example, if we go to the KMS Jingles, we have armor modifications. So we can refit our ships accordingly, but up top left of armor is displacement. So we start bringing this up, my displacement goes above how much I can put on the ship. 10 inches, I'm pretty sure your battleship thickness at that rate. This is a heavy cruiser. So we've got ship size. On the right is levels. That we'll go into that in a bit. So you do get your full service record of your ship. You can rename them. So we'll go here to ship weapons. All ships have main guns, sub-guns, torpedoes, and anti-subs. Optional. Does not mean they will have any armament in that class. So main guns, 3 main guns, for 5.9 inch on the front, the C-28s and the I've forgotten the modification, 55 and the 60s, 2 60s on the back, 1 55 on the front. So, back to this. The armor, as we said, displacement, so do guns, but we can increase our shells. It'll always be maxed out as much as it can evenly for both, so yeah, that's the way it'll come as the gun. It'll come as 2 160s. But I have it set to 80 because sometimes I do use more than 40 shells for the front, but I mean, I don't even need that, so shells can be distributed. You can have 80 shells in the front, nothing stored in the rear turrets, and you'll still be able to use the rear turrets as long as you have ammo in total. It all gets totaled up. So take an example of this. There are different displacements, as you can see. Alright, go back to this one. So, ship weapons. As a cruiser, your main armament is your main armament. Subguns, I don't use them because unlike World of Warships, you do have to use them. They're only there for if you run out of ammo, but I'm only going to be running out of ammo if I haven't got it stocked, and I'm not going to have it stocked if I don't have the displacement for it. These use up displacement as well, kids. And they're pretty darn small. You're going to be using armor piercing rounds, which means you're going to be doing a lot less damage. For torpedoes, these are a lot bigger than plain torpedoes. So you can't. There are all also modifications to this. So we're going to go into the levels of ships. Actually, no, sorry, forgot about this. You can different guns. You can select HE and AP for main armaments and most secondary armaments. Some secondary armaments you actually get AAs. For example, a lot of the tier 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s destroyers, they have AA guns, specifically the Americans. They have there's 50 cals you can put on them. But we don't have aircraft at the moment, and they are manuals. Then there's depth charges. And I forgot what they are. They're water missiles or something missiles. They're new to the game in the last patch. Yeah, there's a few bugs like that. You have to select things before you can close them. Oh, no, patch notes. There you go. You can pause that now if you want. I'm going to exit that. And we're on levels now. This is why you need your levels. Level 26, level 27 ship. There's also the problem of cost. I've just another third of that. Oh no, I've a third of it. Yeah, I've just over a third. There's also this. This requires a Königsberg class to scrap it, and a Zerstörer class 1936B. You're not going to get these back. When you put them in, they're gone. That's it. You get KMS Jingles, gets used up, becomes Deutschland class, renamed KMS Jingles. Example. You'll get top right, it'll say Deutschland class, and then it will say KMS Jingles on the left. Sorry, couldn't see it there. So, I'm going to tech tree. Cat is in red, it's a bit hard to see the way it is, but oh crap, I hate that. Level 1, all stock ships come as level 1, straightforward. It's quite simple, and it kind of needs to be. Summers class, it means I'll have to go all the way up to level 3 to get the Summers class, but the Summers class, I don't need anything to scrap it. Fletcher's class, you will require another Clemson class ship to create that. Gearing class, you require 2 Clemson classes. Omaha class requires Clemson and Summers. I'm not going to go through all these, I don't remember all of them. Plus, why would you be watching a 20-minute video on me showing you all the way from Iowa class, all the way to Iowa class from Clemson class, and then Mine Cats to Yamato? Yeah, you're pretty sad if you're going to watch a video like that. Anyway, there are different ways of getting this tech tree. Different ships require different tree sections. For example, Baltimore, I believe, requires Northampton class. So you do spend a lot of time when you get up there, and the higher your level, it costs more skill, experience to go through higher levels, like 40% next research level. I mean, when you're going through a single game shooting down low-level cargo ships that have no defensive armament, you still manage to get that through that pretty quickly. When you're in here, when you're fighting things like Fuso classes, you're still spending over and over again trying to get that experience up there, because it does cost a lot more the higher you get. Anyway, so you onto the money. Oh no, sorry. Shop. It is a bit glitchy in places, but I was just saying it's Naval Frontline open beta. It's beta, and it was an open alpha a few months ago. So this, all your free ships, that's because they are stocks. All you have to do is go across to an empty harbor and press new ship, select your nation, you get the same thing. Don't believe this has a Russian ship in this. No, it doesn't, so it's not even up to date there. You get more docks. My first dock cost me 1,000, and the next one cost me 2,500, and the next one cost me 5,000, the next one cost me 10,000, the next one cost me 25,000, this one's costing me 50,000. They go up and they go up and they go up. I do believe you start with 4. What was that? You get more, but as you get more different tech trees, different countries, different nations are the different ships. These two, they're empty because I'm going to be using them. I mean, this here is scrap metal. I've just named it that because I didn't know what to name it. I don't need to rename it anything fancy because I'm not paying for that. It's really just there for putting into that KMS Jingles, which I haven't even got. I've been sort of going to them, preparing it for when it is ready. Or HMS Tebs. British ships are fast. Medium armament, medium defense, but they're fast, maneuverable. Sneaky little ships. Well, in that case, it's a sneaky medium. That's a cruiser. Any gun that you can bring to bear in that direction will fire if you're aiming, and you have the main armament, secondaries, or slash tertiaries, and your torpedoes if you have that selected. You can also select depth charges, but I don't use them. I'm usually in general missions. I suppose we'll go through tutorial, because first video, why not? Well, the warships doesn't have a tutorial yet. Well, the tanks took a long time to get tutorial. Naval Frontline. Look to your right. This isn't the original tutorial that I got. The original tutorial I got was starting out from the harbour. Steering. You're gonna have to pause that sound. You can get your different steering systems like this. You select your speed and then you have two little arrows and you can get a joystick, but you've got to hold it. I mean, you're going to be concentrating on doing this while you have your speed selected. You're concentrating on that and then the angle of your fire. Now, that's your angle of fire. If you have two separate settings for your weapons, you're going. But two different armaments on the weapons. On your main armament turrets. For example, if you have a 10-inch gun and an 8-inch gun. Say the 8-inch gun has a range of 500 meters. The 10-inch gun has a range of 600 meters. And you put them up to the same angle, and one brings 500 meters, the other brings 600. This is the other thing. Taking your two thumbs or fingers and spreading them outwards, drag from any part of the string, drags these, which, if you look at the turrets themselves, are also turning. This can be extremely helpful at short range or long range, if like you're close up. You're trying to get that shot down there, but you just want to hit the middle ship, that type of thing. You can see out long range, it gets small, but it's still about that wide, just at that range. Top left, you can see primary shell. You select your different primary shells. Primary shell is always HE. For me, I haven't had any problems where it isn't. You can have auto fire. I don't have auto fire selected. Basically, just fires whenever one of these red ones is in the proximate. It's whenever the range here. So for example, if the bar is 125, that's for the biggest gun you have. It's for the farthest firing gun you have. So say for example, if this was here and I want a different gun, the highest it was 120. If you put it up there, it's only going to fire 120, and if you put it down there, it might only be, say for example, 70. So you do get problems. You can turn off shell drops. So it's in beta, but it's a pretty darn good game. Well, it's my favorite phone game, or tablet game in this case. I mean, when's the next game you're going to get this like portable device? You can also select top left, and it won't let me do it now. As you can see, there's 3 shells. You tap that and you'll get 1 shell in the middle, and basically it gives you ripple fire. You just hold down fire and they start firing one by one. So you can bring out, especially like there's a Russian battle cruiser, which I had. There's 21 barrels pointing in one direction. Now, fair enough, 4 of them were torpedoes, but you got 17 guns. By the time you fire the last one, the first one's already reloaded. Ridiculous. You're just continuously firing 1 shell every half second. Oh, I wasn't reading that because I was concentrating. Because there we go, torpedoes. So you can see we can swap between these. The only weapons we have are main armament, torpedoes, depth charges. There's no secondary armaments put on this. You can put machine guns up on the top. You see that little box in the middle? Ooh, crap, sorry. On each side there, between the two chimney snacks, you can put 50 cals. So, torpedoes also do that. You've no shell drop on it because it's not shell drop. Range, it really just changes the angle. It's only ever affected me while using submarines. It only affects the angle by 1 degree. So, you understand how the game works now. So, show you submarines now. Ooh, crap. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, that's another one. So, anyway. Here, this is submarines. There's something really different about this. It's just you can dive. Cruiser, sorry. I'll show you. Cruisers, I don't know if they have any like specific. Oh no, they have scopes. That's what they have. That's their ability. Basically, down beside the angle of fire, you get a little image with a scope. It basically allows you to zoom. So because you have guns with a long range. Destroyers, they don't need a high displacement because you don't need big armaments, you don't need big armor. There's no point in it. It just slows you down. For example, if we go into modify ship status, speed 34.1 knots. That's the fastest you can get in the strait with this. It becomes more maneuverable, it becomes much faster the lighter you are. Now, this model has a much better engine compared to the stock model, so you will get up to higher speeds on on the same displacements, and it's a lot more maneuverable. Get up to big fat things like this, you can put armor on it. You don't need to. There's no point in being maneuverable. It's a lot more maneuverable than a battleship now, but it's a big long thing, so kind of helps. And this is the same. It's not as long, but again, it's just big punching bag / damage output, doesn't it? Well, it's not really a punching bag. That one doesn't have as much armor as that one, but it's a lot more maneuverable. It's the same armor. As you can see, there's a lot of guns in the front, so heavy forward firing. It means you can show a small profile. Anyway, that's highly maneuverable. Large broadside, etc. A lot of ships are different. And then tech tree. I'll go into all of these. So, one thing, if you're a World of Warships player or you've been watching it, there's no aircraft carriers. Currently, there are no aircraft carriers. Straightforward. Nothing needs to be said to add to that. Anyway, I'll just bring us into a game with this. So, general battles. You do select. It selects according to axes and allies. So that's an allies mission. A lot of these are all like real except for the sort of 5 main ones. The beginning ones, which do have they have a shitty max tonnage because. Oh no, actually they have a. What's the word? They have an OP max tonnage because like what ships can have that tonnage? Anyway, it's just because like when you get into that mission, it's dropped because there's no. But this one, max level, no reward above level 5. It means you can't just go through. It's too easy. You can just go through it with a high level thing instantly. You get a massive reward out of it over and over again because you're shooting down cargo ships. So you get a reward out of that. The AI will get reward for shooting down something. So if I put in as flagship, that's the one you control, for example, USS Grasshopper. Then I put in my escort ship, HMS Tebs. HMS Tebs, the AI is pretty darn good. It will avoid fire, it'll avoid torpedoes, it'll use torpedoes, it'll use depth charges. It'll keep speed, it'll keep maneuverability. The AI is pretty darn good. It's like World of Warships. Like it'll do stealthy maneuvers against you. Enemy AI doesn't always use torpedoes against you. Kind of makes it seem a little bit biased towards the player. A lot of people are saying they want it to be more difficult. Anyway, so these two campaigns are actually pretty darn good. They aren't stock. Anyway, we will just go for the stock one. Bring this, and no, we won't bring an escort ship because I'm going to show you. If you don't have an escort ship, it gives you a set ship. So, big, slow hunk of metal, but it's a cruiser. Or better than a battleship. So as you can see, another ship has been given to us. Fubuki. So Japanese, so of course it's got medium guns and low armor and low speed and maneuverability. Actually, some Japanese ships have a high maneuverability, but it's light, it's crap, and it's not a fighting vehicle. A lot of Japanese just put big guns with horrible accuracy. Anyway, so this is the benefit of cruisers. I haven't got any battleships, so I don't know what they have. You get a periscope which has sort of a zoom effect like this on submarines, and you get smoke ability with battleship. Destroyers. Sorry, my apologies. So as you can see, that's where my rudder is getting moved back to the middle now. If I bring it all the way to the right, that's the men trying to speed the rudder. So, high explosive. Yeah, it's gone. So I'll show you what ripple fire is. So I've got nice 8 barrels aimed at this thing. So, pretty darn awesome. The reason I have the front one with 2 guns is because the reload on them is good enough. It's slightly heavier, but it has more armor on it. So if something does hit me on the front, I'll be able to withstand it, and it's got a slightly better gun as well. So I much prefer that one to these 2 small ones at the back. Ripple fire can be very handy for if you have a whole broadside pointed at something. You're at long range, you're trying to sort of aim ahead of them, they're at high speed, and you miss. There's different stages as well. With stages you get restocked. You will stay at the same health / damage. So you can see there's a little paper mache of the ship from Bird's Eye. You start losing, there's the 3 deck and the 3 hull. Sorry, belt, yeah, sorry. You start losing that and that goes to black. You're going to take a huge amount of damage from something hitting you there again. Oh, beautiful. Deck armor is usually smaller, but like for here, plunging fire. Plunging fire is when the shells come down onto the deck instead of into the hull, which against destroyers or wrecks them. There's no zoom. That zoom feature is used up by ability 2. Change your fire. So you've seen this now. I very much enjoy the game, and I'm hoping to start doing weekly videos on it. I might start doing different things with the different classes. Don't be expecting much, but you shouldn't be getting something too different from Jingle's videos. There we go. You can turn off the officer. I have him there simply because it helps if I'm looking at something else, and then I'll get rid of that again. That's something else I'm annoyed with. Anyway, I enjoy the game. Hope you do. Hope you enjoy the videos. Let's see how well it goes. So put any comments on what you think I should be doing next. And seeing these tech trees, I don't like the Russian. I thought I hated the Russians. Yakov class, meh. Navy class, I do apologise for pronunciations. Leningrad class. Bloody hell. Bloody battlecruiser at that class. Now, it's a pretty small tree. They've added like the Kronstadt, the Shkulka, there's another one coming in next update. The Kirov class is new, and the Andrei Pestsvani class. Again, I apologise for pronunciations. I don't speak Russian. He jingles for you speaking Russian. Lion class is brand new. Only came out about a month ago. HMS Vanguard, not so new. Anyway, you've seen the game. Hope you enjoy. Hope you subscribe, like, comment, all that sort of thing. Stay with the video. Till next time. See you later, folks.